Hello to my Scorpios. This is Queen Amon Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, Scorpios, let's set the tone for your reading before we just dive on in. Your theme around your reading, we have 5 planets that are currently retrograde right now. So you really want to slow down so that it doesn't feel like illusions and confusions around this time for you. Neptune is retrograde. So that something doesn't feel overwhelming for you, as your star is shining brighter and brighter and brighter, right? Neptune is retrograde. I'm looking at this card here. Saturn is retrograde. Uranus is retrograde. What else is retrograde right now? So we got Neptune. Mercury is retrograde. That's the most recent one that went retrograde, planet that went retrograde. And Chiron is retrograde. Yeah, Chiron is retrograde. So let's do it. See what's going on. Let's set the tone for your reading. I am a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, and healed relationships. Okay. Alrighty. So something was revealed to you. So you want to pay attention to signs all around you. Everything. Signs all around you. Let me see if I can point out something in the cards for you so you can see. Just a visual picture of things, right? All right. So as we're stepping into your mystical power, Scorpio, this reading is going to take us all the way out to the end of this cycle, right? So this cycle actually closes on the 19th, and it's going to help you with emotional renewal, spiritual awakening, intuition strengthening, and also soul aligned transformation for you all. It's going to activate your inner phoenix, burning away what no longer serves your higher purpose. This week activates your going to help to elevate your vibration, for new opportunities trying to come in. So I'm going to give you some affirmations that I created. Some candle colors. If you may already have these candles lying around your house, right? Some tips for herbs, crystals, and a little bit of guidance, right? So we're going to start out with the death card. This is your card. So a profound inner metamorphosis has happened for you. You are shedding emotional armor and rising into clarity. An affirmation for you is, I honor endings because they open new paths for my soul. Okay. Find out where Scorpio is in your birth chart. If Scorpio is not your sun sign, if it's not your sun sign, okay? Something with family is ending. 1 and 3 is 4. Family and ancestry is ending. So you've broken some kind of generational cycle, chain, and curse. Something is ending. Something has ended because somebody is overwhelmed in your family, right? Somebody is literally in a zombified state. Like somebody is in your family is just like, they have lost all emotion. Like they were so overwhelmed by something. They have just like completely checked out. So your mindset is King of Cups here, emotional mastery. You handle your feelings with wisdom instead of overwhelm. An affirmation for you is that my emotions serve me. They don't control me. Right. So in the face of a master manipulator, like to show some kind of emotion, like a person who cries, that was showing emotion, right? A person who shows some kind of emotion gets angry, frustrated. You just need a minute. You need to step back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to step back for me. I need to collect my thoughts. That's different than a person who is just completely just like emotionless. Like, okay, wait a minute. This person had no emotion. What the heck? Right? What is going on? Like, did they go into, like, their eyes are completely black. Nobody's eyes are black, right? Like their eye, something else has taken over, right? A different spirit has taken over. like this person is just soulless, right? So something like that has happened. So you want to be a magnet for harmonious, peaceful, and healed relationships. So when a person is not healed and they're just soulless, you know, you can't. Something else needs to happen. There's something it's something that's transcended to a whole nother world. You know, like it's an underworld. In this case right here, something has gone down to an underworld, like the depths that it's something else is going on, right? And so you may have gotten a message from the polarity side, maybe the Taurus. May have seen something, or religious organization like an exorcist needs to happen. And I'm not saying this to be like, if you watch the movies like The Exorcist, you know, like when and you don't necessarily have to be a priest or a religious leader. You may not have witnessed something like that to actually see in a movie like The Exorcist. Who would want to witness something like that unless that's what your calling is? I mean, that's not my calling. I wasn't called to be a priest. I've never seen an exorcist. So, hey, I don't know if it's real or not. I wasn't called to do that. Source didn't call me to do that. So, anyway, but y'all seen the movie. Somebody got a cross in their hand with some holy water. You hear sizzling, green stuff coming out of people's mouth and heads spinning around and all this going on, climbing up the sides of the walls. Hey, look, Source is saying to you here, your heart space. This is why when I talk about people answering the call on their lives, you want to stay in your lane. You really want to stay in your lane. If that's not something you were called to do, you're trying to dip over into somebody else's lane. This way you say, okay, you send somebody over to, where they answered the call on their lives. They answered the call on their lives for whatever that is, right? When you see something else is coming out, right? So Source is here we have the Ace of Cups here, a refresh of love, self-love, or spiritual intimacy enters your life. And so here we have an affirmation for you is my heart overflows with divine renewal, with divine renewal here. So there's a person here. Somebody had a first impression of an energy that they saw an entity where another spirit took over. That's what this is right here. Just like the movie, like seeing it, like somebody needs an exorcist. Like, what the heck was that? Like, what did you see when you saw that thing? Like, what was that, right? Just like you would describe it in the movies, right? And that's what I'm thinking about. That was the movie The Exorcist. Like, I'm trying to think of this movie. It's a movie like that. Because I'm looking at this devil card here. And so friends, somebody's friends and from the past are saying something about somebody, and so the devil card here is like old attachments, fear patterns, or person who drains your energy, like an energy vampire, like this right here, the devil card. Like, so what to let go of. So affirmations here is I release anything built on fear, control, or illusions. Fear, control, or illusions, right? So the star card is hope, healing, alignment, cosmic favor. An affirmation would be I am guided, protected, and aligned with my destiny. Right? So, like I said, you have this right here. The ace would be 1, right? So I'm saying first impression of something here. You had a first impression of something. From the past, right? Yep, you had a first impression of somebody from the past, and something mirrors something possibly in your family. You know, like you're related to somebody. You know how like people can be related and they don't even know that they're related? Something could like mirror something. You could be, because I mean, it's a small world. You know, it could be like mirror another. Because I'm looking at these two wolves here. Like somebody could like mirror somebody in your, or look like somebody in your family, or remind you of somebody in your family. And something could have been like this striking resemblance. Like, because it's been like overwhelming. Like, oh my God, they look just like, you know how people say, they remind me of just, but I'm trying to find the word of like the saying that people say, if somebody could remind somebody of just like somebody looks just like so and so. Y'all kind of get the gist of what I'm saying here. They talk like, they have the same mannerisms, same like hand gestures. They remind me of, you know. So you have something in a family is like copy paste. Like something is like copy paste, which is rare, like comes along once in a blue moon. Something like the gifts comes along once in a blue moon, right? Like a family of stars. So what's arriving is the Six of Wands here, right? But recognition, victory, admiration, a personal win. So an affirmation would be, my confidence opens the door to success, right? And so what I'm picking up on is this. Okay, several things. So the polarity to Scorpio is Taurus, right? So like talking about religion. So like you could belong to the same family, but the religious practices could be on the opposite side, right? One could practice this, one side of the family could practice this religion, that side of the family could practice another side. Totally different sides, right? Like these two arms are separate here, right? And then you could have somebody in the middle who is like in the middle of that, which could be who could be overwhelmed by both sides. It would be like mom practiced this, dad practiced this, and then you have the kids in the middle who may go on to this religious practice, then kids go to that religious practice. But somebody is overwhelmed in the middle here, right? I feel like somebody talked to somebody in the family and wanted to get gain more information, like about their past, like their religious past, you know, and they recorded the conversation. This is what I'm seeing here in the card. Somebody recorded the conversation, wanted to know more about someone's past. The person is an earth sign. That's a Capricorn, Virgo, and the person is a Virgo. They're Virgo. Right, because they feel like there's a victory here, right, with a high priestess, right? And they wanted to know about someone's past. They wanted to know, you know, about someone's past. Like where they grew up, their religious practices, their belief systems about their past, what they practice religious, if they still practice some kind of religion, like what their beliefs are. Almost like a person needs an exorcism, like they need, which is horrible to even say that about somebody's religious beliefs, you know, not whether they still practice or don't practice, or if they renounced or denounced, or if they did more background history and found out certain things, you know, just like, oh my God, they weren't aware of this and wasn't aware of that, and so on and so forth. But this is what I'm seeing here, right? What I'm seeing here in the cards. There was a bait and switch here. This is what this is. Okay, so I had to add a little bit more time here. So It doesn't matter whether you could be high or low vibrating, Scorpio. It doesn't really matter. But somebody was determined to get some information out about a high priestess. That's what this is here. Somebody was determined. It was like, okay, they're going to get this information to the end of time, until they have left this planet Earth. They're going to get some information from somebody. And they used a Virgo to do it, right? Because somebody was just overwhelmed. Like, okay, how does somebody... This is rare. Somebody comes along like this once in the blue moon. It's like, are they a devil worshiper? Like, what the heck is going on with this energy, right? Which I hate the fact that people do that kind of, like, you know, project that kind of image onto people. You don't really know what people are practicing. Are they still, you know, how they were raised, if they grew up a certain way, and they just, who knows? Anyway, but looking at the cards here, somebody, and this is the reason why, because somebody did something in secret and somebody's gifts are so powerful, they realized that a Virgo was used to do it, and that the Virgo recorded the conversation. A secret is now exposed, that somebody could have just come straight out and asked. But the way that they did it was to bait somebody into something. Even all of this right here is significant. Even this fish here, right here, they were fishing for information. They would talk about a star seed. I mean, just, yeah, all of that silliness. They wanted to know how, like, what influence, they're just fishing for information. And so somebody's gifts are so overwhelming, and so like I said, that's the reason why people don't trust people. This is the reason why right here. That's the reason why people don't trust people. Because of the way that something was done. I don't think anybody should be ashamed of, like, especially if they were introduced into like a certain religion or belief system as kids. They have no control over that. Their parents may have introduced them into something, but somebody was ruthless. I mean, somebody was ruthless. This energy right here, there's a Leo involved in something with what they said or did to someone, and baiting someone into something, and saying, and now they're saying they were joking around and playing about something, and their family now is trying to gain some understanding about people's past instead of people. I'm gonna leave it right there. Child, this is a mess, a complete and total mess. Yep. Anyway, refrain. This isn't happening for me, and this is happening for me, not to me. Yep. This is why there's a big divide straight down the middle in somebody's family. This is the reason why right here. I don't know whose family this is, but this is the reason why. Have faith in your dreams. Yeah, have faith in your dreams. Because kids don't really get to choose what church or mosque or temple their parents take them to. They really don't get to choose. They really don't. So it's up to them when they grow up to find out the history, the background, whether they decide, hey, oh, they didn't know that this side may have had this history of hurting another side, or whatever the case, showing compassion, because that's what this is about, compassion. Like this right here is about compassion. And so somebody was just digging for information to use it against somebody, to end some, that's all yeah. So hopefully whoever sent a Virgo in to do some work, they got what they needed, but they didn't get everything. So yeah, somebody needs to get some fresh air. That's all I can say. Somebody need to get out and get some fresh air, because that's going to be all the information they get. Hopefully they got a nice little recording of whatever they needed to get recorded. But yeah, you can free yourself. So this could be a low vibrating Scorpio trying to get some information on a high vibrating Scorpio, but they can free themselves. Somebody didn't think something through. Yeah, time to do some kind of a purging. Time to do some kind of a purging. Something around nights. And I saw that on the bottom of that particular deck over there. But yeah, time to get some fresh air. Somebody is too busy in competition mode. At some point, one side is somebody gonna have to grow up and recognize, okay, their parents introduced them to something, and so at some point, somebody gonna grow up and say, okay, hey, that was their parents. Okay, could meet in the middle somewhere and have a conversation like grown-ups do, like mature adults have a conversation somewhere. So whatever, I'm just reading the cards. Freedom. You can free yourself. Somebody can free themselves. Yeah, somebody lives in a cage. Like somebody is not, somebody, you know. So high vibrating Scorpio could be free, like a free thinker. Somebody could be a free thinker. And because that's what I'm picking up on, like in a positive way. Like somebody is a free thinker. Somebody is like, people can come together and talk about like just, because you can't apologize for one religion, what one religion did to another religion. That's like, people can choose, but you got one. I feel like this is one whole family, but they have chosen two different. And I'm saying this because of the death card here. It's like one whole family has chosen different beliefs. This is what I'm seeing here, and they split down the middle. That's what I'm seeing here. They split down the middle. And so you have somebody who feels bullied, like you got to choose a side. That's where the overwhelm is. It's literally like, as an adult, somebody has to pick a side. You either this or this. Like what? Like what? What kind of... You can't go to both as an adult? Like what? Child. Yeah, so that's where somebody is. Somebody got a Virgo to record a conversation. And somebody was overwhelmed by something. Like somebody was overwhelmed by something. Because somebody said that some people are, I'm telling y'all, whoever this is, this is a group of adults. These are grown-ups, like grown-up on paper grown-ups that are saying to somebody who is overwhelmed by something, you either a part of this or you're a part of that. But you got to make a decision. So somebody was bullied into something. Well, get some fresh air. That's all I can say. So, oh, hey, thanks. Right. So keep it positive. Like I said, keep it positive. I feel like somebody is a free thinker. I feel like somebody is a, free thinker. Right. Yeah. Somebody was trying to get somebody else to demonize, like, because I'm looking at this devil card here, like demonize someone's friends and their 11th house. That's what I'm saying. 11th house speaks to their friends and their like their groups of friends and people, like associations and stuff like that. But instead, somebody was overwhelmed because of the amount of compassion that was shown. And but something is backfiring because of the way that something was done. And all of this is, again, the way that something is being done. The way that because somebody was overwhelmed with compassion. Somebody was like, oh my God, this person is actually really compassionate. Like, this person is not. Yep. So I don't know who this is, but just looking at the card, somebody is incredibly turned off. So somebody is incredibly turned off. So it's literally split down the middle. It's literally split down the middle because you have somebody who's you have somebody coming into something who had a first impression of somebody because of an outer appearance. That's what the death card is. We talk about sacral chakra, which deals with the physical, right? So somebody came in, they took one look at somebody and had an impression of a person, right? First impression could be lasting impression. That somebody said they remind me of somebody's family, right? So they created this whole narrative around something because somebody reminded somebody of something. Demonized the person, did the whole shebang, right? Overwhelmed, all of this. Went on this whole journey, right? You know, like on the cartoons, they went on this whole little buggy journey, right? Only to find out the person is for real, not faking compassion, genuinely is compassionate towards people. And that, yeah. Yeah, find out somebody was actually related to them. I mean, like, for real, like, what? Child. They talking to their own family. Wow. Time to get some fresh air. That's what I see for you in your reading. All right. Bye.